Leo, it looks like you're going through a rebirth here with the Phoenix. All right. Your soul may have been shattered, okay? Your soul may be fragmented, but maybe there was some sort of breakdown so that you could um, kind of go through rebirth to become whole again, but for the better. You'll be even better, okay? Because it looks like, okay, we have envious, gluttony, downcast pride. All right. So it looks like there's some sort of grief due to rejection, your pride being hurt, your ego. It's like it says, drop the F in ego. Vulnerability is hot as F. So it looks like you've got some sort of wall up here due to, it looks like something hit your ego. We're going to find out what that is. But right now, you could be going through the kind of like a dark night of the soul. We have the Four of Pentacles, okay, and then I have this new deck. It's called Hard Truths. So I'm going to read those right now because this is three hard truths. Align. This path is in harmony with your core values and long-term goals. Allow things to flow organically and happen as they will. Scared of change. Fear of the unknown is stifling your transformation and blocking your path. Growth happens within discomfort. Take a deep breath and keep moving. And then hopelessness. Hopelessness is a draining cycle, making it seem like there's no way forward. Even in the darkest moments, a single step forward can spark the light needed to find your way out. So yeah, you're definitely in. Oh my God, look at this one says it's dark and you can't see an effing thing. Get your head out of your ass pronto. So this looks like you're definitely going through a dark night of the soul here. And you need to get out of your comfort zone. But you're scared of change. That's what it looks like. Let's see the moon. So things could be coming out of the subconscious here. Ten of Pentacles. The Star. That's your opposite energy. So there could be some sort of family dynamic. You could have some sort of jealousy issue or envy. Let me look at this 9. I just want to look at it a little closer. There's a hunger sleeping just under the surface, like an animal lurking. The key is we don't recognize the depth of the envy and the anger. We casted it out of ourselves, and now it's truly a parasite monster, impossible to accept as something that came out of ourselves. What if we bring light to the pitch dark? What if the scary monster is just starved feeling? What if it's just a little thing, dark as tar indeed, but to be sorry of, not to be feared? Primal, reeking of rotting stench. It feels like there is darkness, and in the black landscape, there is a hole leading to an even greater darkness. So if you have some sort of envy, because look at, we have the Star and the Queen of Wands. Okay. So that's somebody who's in their power. All right. They could be in the spotlight in some way, and you could be envious of this person due to maybe you feel rejected or your pride's being hit. This is your ego. That's interesting because that's hope and this is hopelessness. That's the opposite. So this is Stars, optimism, hope, and then but you have hopelessness, and that it's like if you have hopelessness, it's draining you. Let's see what the fragmentation is. And we have greed. This goes deep. That's not really telling me a lot. You could feel alone, like, all right. So we're detached. So we have a karmic lesson here. Ghosted. So you could have been abandoned as a child. This could be child abandonment. Or it could be where, I don't know, maybe when you're younger, either it's some sort of neglect, abandonment, or I don't know, maybe in your family, like the parents pitted the kids against each other. I don't know why I just got that. So there's some sort of toxic, maybe your parents had a toxic lifestyle. Maybe they were alcoholics, very manipulative, and you were secluded. So maybe you were secluded from like other people or your this is so for me soul fragmentation happens usually not always, but to me it goes back to when you're like younger, some sort of family karmic pattern, familiar, not familiar, familial. So that instilled some sort of envy. Because we have, this looks like a person who's in their power. They know who they are right here. So that could be somebody around you. It looks like it's a family member, but I'm not, it could be somebody else. So they look like they're in their power. They know who they are. They're optimistic. They have hope. Um, and you could be envious of that. Because maybe you were rejected and that rejection is like, oh, I can't. Maybe you were your true self and you got rejected, but that just weren't your people. So this downcast pride is like grief and pain, grief and sadness due to your ego being hit or some sort of rejection. Yeah, it's blocking you from letting go. I'm telling you, I feel like it's the mother wound here, the Empress. So it's like you need to become the Empress. You need to realize your worth, especially when other people don't, rather than focusing on somebody here, because this person knows their worth. Yeah, it looks like you're getting some sort of information about change here. So the Ace of Wands, this one gives me like download energy. You could be getting a download. Things are going to start going your way. But you gotta get like you have a path aligned for you, but you gotta get out of your comfort zone. It says this path is in harmony with your core values and long-term goals. Allow things to flow organically, and that's what this is. The Fool is being in the flow, freedom. But it's like you're staying in some sort of energy out of fear of change. So you gotta change your mindset. It looks like you're going to be going through rebirth. While you're already going through it, I feel like you're in the dark part of it. Yeah, there's rejection. So it could keep you in this very discontent energy, having your guard up, being defensive. There you are. You're rising up. There you are, the Six of Wands. So that's where you're going to next, but it looks like you're getting like a download or something. That is ego. But it's like you're processing something to get some sort of success. This is emotions. Yeah, it's abandonment, feeling left out. You could be going into a new positive cycle where you're being recognized for your efforts. Um, you're being put in the spotlight here. That could restore your faith. All right, that's what I have for you. I'll see you next time.